3, 2, 1.
All right.
All right.
I'm Ann Arbor City Clerk Jacqueline Boudry, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the unveiling ceremony of our new state historical marker honoring the LGBTQ history here in Ann Arbor.
Members Kathy Kozachenko and Jerry DeGrieck, who have joined us here today, and Nancy Wexler, who could not join us but is watching remotely. On behalf of the more than 1,300 out LGBTQ elected officials currently serving in the United States today, thank you for being the first so that there could be a second. The three of you redefined what was possible for LGBTQ people seeking to run for office and demonstrated that LGBTQ leaders deserve a seat at the table.
Our LGBTQ community members remain tremendously vulnerable, and we fight for their right to be and to love. But we also know that their experience and their condition today remains vastly different and better than their predecessors. This undeniable and joyous progress is the result of the work done by untold thousands of regular people, like Council Members DeGrieck, Wexler, Kozachenko, and our amazing Jim Toy, who stood up and demanded recognition, demanded change.
Together with Jim Toy and the Human Rights Party, they pushed for Ann Arbor's Pride Resolution and expanded our Human Rights Ordinance to protect sexual orientation. Their courage changed history, and it reminds us of something vital. Progress comes from when people step forward, even when it's hard, even when it's dangerous.
Back in 1972, when Nancy and I were first elected, not only were we kind of unusual in that we were from the Human Rights Party, a third political party, and we had a radical platform in politics, we were also unusual because we were so young. And it's so important that young people be involved today, progressive young people running for office, being active politically. So HRP was a team. What we accomplished together. I want to share a little of my personal journey that led to some of the events noted on the historical marker. But first, it is impossible for me to think about those events without reflecting on the current state of our country, as so many of the other speakers have. We are experiencing backsliding in our rights and freedoms and are threatened by 1984-style authoritarianism that adheres to no democratic norms or constitutional constraints. Science and facts no longer matter. Immigrants and trans people are demonized, and the histories of marginalized people are erased or distorted. We are living in a time when even recognizing diversity of any kind is met with hostility and unwarranted attacks. This can feel overwhelming, and that is how those who would roll back our rights want us to feel. But I have learned that perseverance, taking up the causes and fighting the causes, and fighting the fights you can when you can, working with others who share your aims, building coalitions rather than fostering divisions, voting, and engaging in protest and advocacy can make a difference.
I can assure you that when I was elected 52 years ago, I never thought I would be here today giving a speech. I came to Ann Arbor in 1970. I was 18 years old, ready to take part in the actions of the 60s that were still very much alive on the campus. I discovered in the Human Rights Party an organization that shared my values and articulated a plan forward. We were part of the women's movement, the gay movement, the protest against the Vietnam War. We supported the Black Power movement, trade union actions, and worked for welfare rights and a living wage. We made decisions collectively and fought for social and economic justice. I would not be the person I am today had I not been a part of that radical, dynamic, and democratic organization. I am forever indebted. Jerry DeGrieck, Nancy Wexler, and I are named on this plaque, but our achievements reflect the dedication and hard work of the many individuals who comprise the Human Rights Party. When I was elected in 1974, I was a lesbian on a campus that rejoiced in it but in a country that had repressive laws still on the books. A country that for the most part did not celebrate or highlight diversity. Perhaps that strikes a disquieting chord. A country that does not celebrate or highlight diversity. Although I personally did not experience intolerance, I knew that being gay was not accepted in most parts of the country. We were invisible or reviled. There were no lesbians or gay men on TV. We were not part of the societal norm. We must work with strength, determination, and the compassion of our common humanity. We can do no less, but we are also called upon to be who we are in all of our splendid rainbow colors and in the beautiful diversity